Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. And look, so yesterday Diddy went to court for the third time. You know they denied him bail. That's no surprise. All right, we knew it was coming, right? Sweep that under the rug. Now, again, here's the thing. In this one, we're gonna talk about. I got some stuff for you. All right. So here's what we're gonna talk about. We're going to get into how right now he's trying to state that the government is basically conspired to plan against him. Oh, yeah, it gets deep. See, Diddy came back, shots fired. And as you know, he's done hired a whole bunch of new people on his legal team to try to keep up with everything that's going on, right? We're gonna get into some videos with some old judges. Oh yeah, right? And they're gonna talk about some stuff that I had questions on. See, the question for everything right now is why now? All right. That's the question. This is the pattern we're going with. Why now? We're not saying that the tapes didn't happen, right? That he didn't get them in these places, okay? Because he did, right? I mean, I'm sure that in these places there was SE, you know what going on, fangs, and in these places, some people probably were touched up with the oils. All right. Now, again, I just want to know why now. Why, after all of these years, right? Is it okay that they come out with it? And let's be super clear. They've known all along, okay? The people behind these industries that are at these parties, they know. They know. They know. What's that song? They know, they know, they know, they know. All right? The whole time. Nothing new. No surprise. Okay? They even over there probably paying to have some of that stuff happen to them. Okay? To know that it's going to be on the hush at these parties. Right? So they know. They know. Now, like I said, he went to court. Things didn't go his way, but we're not surprised about that. We're not even surprised. Why would we be surprised that, he didn't get bail, right? Because we know he didn't get bail. I'm about to do a little screen sharing with you so that way we can check out a few things that are going on and go through this. You know what I'm saying? We can pull out the shovel on them. All right. So let me see. I don't know what y'all see right now. So, let's get to this one though. Boom. All right. So as you can see, right, it should say for you, Diddy's lawyers are claiming that basically there was a grand government conspiracy to take him down. Now, what he's stating from this, and listen, I was over there. I watched some of that Tisha Tells. Look, I watched some Tisha Tells. Okay, I did, and she she made a point basically of stating like, look, we as the people have already deemed him guilty. All right, and when I say we, I'm using that term for a lot of people out there who, when they had seen the Cassie tapes, like she said, the minute that came out, it made a difference in everything. And when she seen them Cassie tapes, right, that was, well, everybody's brain then was like, well, we can't rock with you, Diddy, or the team Diddy. And Diddy is saying that the feds put it out, right? He's saying that they leaked the tape, okay? That it was them. So specifically, Diddy's lawyers are accusing the Department of Homeland Security for leaking footage of their client, right? Assaulting Cassie back with CNN. Now, look, I know for some of you, this is like mind blowing, but for others, Think about it like this, okay? If most things are being leaked, where would they be leaked to? TMZ. You don't even leak to like World Star, but it would get on like other platforms that deal with hip hop and deal with these type of things. There, before it went to a major news network of a CNN, that's a global news network. You see what I'm saying? And most people would have taken the payday and given it to TMZ because they would have been happy to pay for something like that, right? They would have been happy to pay for what was going on with Diddy, okay? And when I say they would have been happy to pay, oh yeah, you know they would have been happy to pay. All right. So that's just one instance like that. That's how you know, right? That's one instance of the things that it's like it doesn't make complete sense. Okay. Like I sit here and say, well, again, why wouldn't why wouldn't TMZ or somebody get that before CNN? But anyway, chalk that one up to confused. All right. But anyway, as you can see in the article, that's basically what they're stating, that Homeland Security, which now the question of why is even Homeland Security the people investigating this when we know, like, again, what does Homeland Security do and or investigate? Like, what is Homeland Security's job? Okay, let's see. Google. What is the job of Homeland Security? Okay, let's see. No, I don't want a job. I don't want a job. What does Homeland Security do? All right, let's see if this tells us anything. They protect our nation, Homeland Security, numerous from emergency responses, terrorism, cybersecurity. Okay. Huh? Okay. So this is what they do, right? Let's see. Helps prepare, mitigate damages for security. Okay. Gathers intelligence and prepares such as attacks. It doesn't say against the own people, so a little confused. Okay. Hurricanes, floods, emergencies. All right. Let's see. Yeah, these are all the other ones. Okay. So, yeah, as you can see, even on there, right? Now, let's see. On here, what's it say? They are hiring cyber law enforcement, skills, DHS, studies, discipline, work, apply, education. So, I mean, anyway, look, in theory, okay, what we didn't see on there is what he's getting charged for. And so the question is, why are they even there? Right? Why is it that they're even there? So now that we know that it don't make sense that they're there, okay, let's get into this. So as we know that, September 16th, Diddy was charged with the racketeering, the trafficking, transporting, and again, it's Homeland Security agents that's making this happen. Now, I always question, why is it, right? And I got a video coming up by the judge that also questions why is it, and he'll probably get into why it is that they are there, which is pretty interesting. But according to new legal docs, Diddy's attorney accused the feds of misconduct orchestrating the leakage of the tapes. Now, here's where the problem comes in, okay? Here's where the problem comes in, right? If you leak those tapes, right, you have already discredited anything that he would say in his case. And what I mean by that is basically you're not going to be able to find 12. You tell me if you're going to be able to find 12 jurors, right? Tell me if you're going to be able to find some jurors of a pool that already do not know what's going on with the case. I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay. You're going to already you're not going to be able to find people that be like, yeah, he could be innocent. They already, based off the tape, okay, which is where the problem comes in, because based off the tape, you already make your decision on whether or not a person is or isn't, right? Which is why, again, if that was evidence that was being held by them, the Homeland Security team that gathered up evidence in the raids or may have known about other evidence prior because of certain things, if that is the case, then them leaking it out the bag early, although, again, in most instances, I think it was leaked out the bag early because they don't have what they're looking for, right? To try and pin what they're pinning on him, which is why when they did the raids, he wasn't arrested. Like, again, how many people get raided and don't get arrested immediately? Hello? How many people get raided and don't get taken in immediately? Okay, on a regular day, for a regular smuggler, okay, if you are raided and questioned, you getting taken in. And let's be honest, he was raided, questioned at an airport, let go. So, told me evidence was slim. Or he might not have been the person that they're looking for because they knows that he might know a little bit much more than what is being said. So Diddy was arrested, the mogul, mental. Anyways, so as you can see, that's what's going on right there, right? And you know that he's still sitting in his cell. That's not going to change, okay? But the lawyers did that. We'll keep up with you to see what comes on with that. Other things that came up from yesterday's news was so what's this say? It says that dates revealed that Combs Diddy's trial for sex. Oh yeah, duh. How can I forget? So they did come up with a date. You see, he's hitting for speedy trial. All right, Diddy's on some speedy trial business. Stay tuned because we're gonna get into some video action shortly, okay? So Diddy's on that speedy trial business, right? So where you see it says Sean Puffy Combs appeared in the federal court Thursday. Today's Friday. The judge is set the date for May 5th. Bam! May 5th. Listen, all right, I don't know it right now, but I'm sure somebody gonna come out and be like, well, May 5th is connected with this, and this. Just saying. Pretty sure it's gonna happen. All right, just saying. I'm just saying to you. So now, the music mogul again was appearing. Combs was wearing his prison stuff. Now, for those who don't know, right, the reason why you see all the pictures all over the place, like they have the little sketch artwork of what he may look like inside the courts and the people that surround him in the courts, and my face is like this because I'm actually seeing the sketch art inside there, and they got the lips poked out right there from time to time when they got them going. So like I'm thinking about it, like, they can easily be like, oh, and paint certain pictures and images and tell us certain things, but New York does not allow cameras inside their courtrooms. So unless you're there, right, and actually let in the courtroom, we don't really know what's going on, except for what we're being told. See, the beauty of like the YSL case down there in Atlanta was that, you got to see the people in the courtroom. And even Woody has made a whole new name for himself after being in the courtroom, right? And that's not going to happen here. So it's going to be even harder, for me at least, to sit here and take some of the stuff that's told to us through the media at face value. Because again, the media has already painted an image and a picture of his guilt before they even had him arrested, because they have SHIE on him. He had more dirt on them than they had on him, which is why it is the way that it is, right? So again, digging into this, you know, Homeland Security is the one that's there, and we're gonna get into why they're the ones that's there, and it's not somebody else shortly. All right. But yeah, so prosecutors said that they expect to take about a month to extract data, whatever you would like to call it, from his seized devices. Now, here's what I don't understand from that statement alone. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm not mistaken because we saw it all over the news, this was months ago that they got the data, that they took all the storage, right? They came out telling us about baby oil lately, right? So they already got all the stuff, and they've had all this stuff for a bit now. And like, again, these are the tactics used to build the case while you don't have insane shot. Okay, they might have breadcrumb trails, but they ain't got the bird poop. You get me? So that's why right now, that's what they're trying to do. They over here trying to stall out for time because Diddy knew that. You see, he knew. He was like, oh no, you know what? We're gonna speed this up because they don't have all the stuff they need. And if they can't get to the stuff, they don't have time to get to it. It's better in my favor. So, I'm gonna have to do some digging to figure out how long speedy trials really mean. Because if I wanted a speedy trial, I would think that that thing should be in place way before a year. Let's just listen. All right. I mean, he got arrested in September, so it's gonna be before a year in a sense, right? But you're looking at May, so that's another 6 months down the line, basically. Right? Where we at? We at October. So let's just go November, December, January, February, November, December, January, February. Bang, we there. So February, April, May. Now you have, like I said, six months. That's messy, man. I figured that it would a little faster. We want to get us a nice little Christmas trial going on, but whatever, right? So 6 months. They're stating it's going to take them some time to pull up some of this stuff. I think they should have already got the stuff pulled up, or they don't have what they're looking for on the things that they collected, right? Anyways, let's see. October 10th, hearing came after they appealed in the U.S. courts for the Second Circuit. Yep. We know that he was denied. He's not going to get it. Pleading. And he's not gonna get it basically because they feel like if he gets out, things are gonna happen where he can try and talk to the witnesses and convince them of otherwise doing the wrongdoing. I mean, they've done a really good job of taking his money so far. The feds obviously said they didn't leak it, but we all know that that's what they're supposed to say. So even if they didn't leak it, they said they wasn't in possession of it before it hit CNN. But again, like I said, okay, they do a good job of telling us whatever they want to tell us anyway. But like I said, If that tape was in possession of anybody else, it would have been on TMZ. It wouldn't have been on CNN. Just the way that it works. So, with that being said, right? I want to get into a little something here with you. All right. Diddy spoke about a few things from a while ago, and about his political views, and I think that's why most of this stuff is taking place. And I got videos of him and Barack going back for a while ago, but that's not what I was coming on here looking for to show you right now. So you give me 1 second, and we're gonna pull it up. Let me see something. So, see if this is it. With this, right? What I want you to check out is, yeah, here we go.
Let's say this. Something else is going
Let me
on.
organize my stuff, right?
They did raid. They searched with a warrant his premises on the West Coast, right? They searched his premises on the East Coast in Florida, right? On the same property.
I don't know how it sounds to y'all, right? And I don't know if it's picking it up off the mic. I just wanted to check it out.
He had a second mansion. They didn't touch that one. Why not? And when they walk out of there, they got a small trash bag, and they have a medium-sized cardboard box. What was it they seized?
Oh man, hold on.
Fit it into those items.
So y'all can hear that but can't see it. I wonder how long that's been going on for.
And what they seized was some evidence that was very incriminating to other people. Now,
So hold up.
they seized the evidence.
All right. So, yeah, I wonder how long that's been going on for. Anyways, we're going to keep this going, right? And this is on here now for me. So, bang. Yeah, I want y'all to check this out. All right? You tell me what you think. Okay? So, this is going to be the judge, right? Let's see what the judge got to say.
They searched his premises on the East Coast in Florida, right? On the same property that the premises was located that they searched in Florida, he had a second mansion. They didn't touch that one. Why not? And when they walk out of there,
good question.
Small trash bag, and they have a medium-sized cardboard box. What was it they seized that would fit into those items? I have a sneaking suspicion from my background in criminal defense.
All right. So, like I said, this is Judge Joe Brown. All right, Judge Joe Brown. And if you don't know Judge Joe Brown, well, he's been in this thing for a long, long time. All right. We'll dive into a little Judge Joe Brown history shortly, but I've always been one to ask questions and ponder my thoughts. So when Judge Joe Brown said this, I said, wait a minute, Judge Joe Brown. I asked myself the same thing. So, wow, how does this work? What could be in them boxes? Okay, they told us about all the baby oil found at the scene, right? But what gets me about that is you didn't see them take it out. So who cares that there's 1,000 bottles? There's 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Who cares? You didn't take it out. And then, oh, the baby oil was laced. Listen, baby oil might have been laced. All right. Okay. Baby oil might have been laced. It's messed up. Ingenious. Messed up. Okay. Like a lot of things in the world. right? Okay. I'm just saying, our banking system messed up, set up ingenious, messed up. There's a few other things out there too, but we won't get into it. Okay. Our healthcare system messed up, set up ingenious, system a mess. So, with that, all right, what Judge Joe Brown is over here getting into, I said, man, I asked myself the same thing. Like, do you sit in the room and hear yourself in the? Yeah, I was sitting there thinking about this. And thank you, Judge Joe Brown, for putting it in a way I can understand.
And what they seized was some evidence that was very incriminating to other people. Now, after they seized the evidence, they
Hello?
had no probable cause to arrest him on any crime.
No, no,
He
no.
hasn't been indicted. They talked to him at an airport before he got on a private jet to fly to an island that has no extradition agreement.
So, like I said, they did all that. And you know what? He wasn't taken in. When that happened, they took in the mule, Brandon. They took him in, the little basketball player turned drug dealer. Bang, bang. They took him in, said, oh, he was so impressed with the lifestyle. He felt like he had to keep it up. He just couldn't finish his academics. Right. Or they just knew that he might have worked a little internship with him. Things were cool. Knew that, well, he wasn't going to make it in basketball. Okay. Even though he was probably decent, he wasn't going to make it. And he said, oh, this is easy money on this side. I could get with this. Right? I'm going to be traveling. All I got to do is pick up, carry, drop offs. Everybody know me when I get there. This is good. Hey, all right. I am judge free. Do you, boo boo? That's the saying from like 2 years ago, right?
Agreement with the United States. Have you heard anybody trying to prosecute him?
Nope.
So what did
But now they came out with this.
are interesting. Who served the search warrant? Homeland Security.
Yep.
What the hell do they have to do with that? That's a FBI mandate.
That's a good question.
Security deals with natural and man-made disasters.
We looked it up.
They deal with terrorist activity. Where does it come in to deal with sexual misconduct? That's the FBI who came into existence.
Okay, we looked it up, and that's what we saw. And again, he been a judge for super. Look, okay, we ain't gonna get into ageism, but he's been a judge for about before I was born. He was doing legal work, right? We won't even get into how long and the people he had for friends that he did legal work for. But he been around. He done seen a lot, heard a lot, knows a lot more.
To get Jack Johnson and set the foundation for the Mann Act, which was taking women across
A
state
message.
lines for illicit purposes. They wanted to get Jack Johnson because he had a white wife and he
What?
took girlfriend girls across state lines to party.
He was partying.
After R. Kelly with the Mann Act most recently.
Oh.
That's the FBI. So what are they investigating? Supposedly sexual misconduct?
Yeah, the baby oil.
Homeland Security
Backwards.
the search warrant when the FBI is just attending and watching. That's FBI business. See, the feds have this thing that when they want to cover for something, they'll say they were there serving a search warrant for something that has nothing to do with their jurisdiction.
Is that not what we saw? Was the FBI not watching while the raid was going on? I believe so. I believe so. And as we know, Homeland Security has brought on this.
One of the ones that always makes me laugh is the FBI serves a search warrant because they're investigating somebody for what is a state crime.
Oh,
The FBI doesn't investigate for state crimes, they investigate for federal crimes. What they're trying to do is get evidence on somebody else and give the person they're getting it from a cover so nobody comes back on them, or they're trying to find something that hooks them up so they can coerce them into being a witness for the federal government against somebody the feds want.
now here I am just sitting here going, wow, Judge Joe Brown, you make a very interesting point. You see, we know that as of late, Diddy's business dealings have been, well, dropping. Prior to what we're seeing go on right now in the case, we are also, some of us may be aware, some of us may not, about his liquor deal. Because for years, everybody thought he was the face of Ciroc. I mean, thought he was Ciroc, basically. But he was, well, he was basically like their face man. You know, he was the front man for the face, endorsed the brand, kept the brand running, talked to them about getting his own stuff. Long story short, he ended up filing a lawsuit against them. They are the biggest liquor distributor in the world. Okay. Um, so they have connections all over the place. And rumor has it that they were the ones that may have started doing a little bit of digging first. Because you see, in order to get them out of the contract that they had with Diddy, they would have had to found a way to get him to breach the contract. Now, if they found a way to get him to breach that contract, then they wouldn't have had to pay him out billions of dollars. So they may have started doing a little bit of digging and making some phone calls into a couple of individuals around first. I also think that, we had talked about Ron Burkle. For those who don't remember, right now, Ron Burkle's name is being brought up because he's putting a lot of money behind Diddy, and he's been at a lot of these parties and done a lot of different things. So Ron Burkle's name has been brought up on multiple occasions throughout this. Okay, so he's a big donor and a big backer. Now, Ron Burkle is a big backer of the Democratic Party. We are in an election year. Diddy has been speaking out 3 years ago about elections. Okay. He said he votes independent, but there was a lot of chit chatter. I'm sure they didn't want him talking much going on in this election. So it's easier to silence that.
Now, what is the connection that you get? Some people came to these parties and maybe they got compromised and it ain't pretty what would come out. Now, I say this in context. October 2022, November, Fox had me up in New Jersey as the judge on a mock trial with the 3 laptops. We swore in the technician, and the Hunter laptop was 1 laptop, it was 3. He downloaded the entire contents. Myself, a former New York prosecutor who was in defense work, and another former New York prosecutor who was also also in defense work. One represented the defense, one represented the prosecution.
Okay.
And we went over it. There's a whole lot of incriminating stuff in those laptops, including emails between Biden and his son where they talk about did your clients look in the black box behind the vent? Did they like what they saw? Those classified documents. And also, from what I was reading, one of the things about why the classified documents weren't turned over to the archivist is because they had incriminating evidence against the Biden-Obama administration. So why turn the evidence against the crooks over to the crooks so they get control? That's the same thing also that was suggested from those laptops, that something was going on that Diddy had some information on that they wanted to get out of his hands. So why do you serve a search warrant on one of two houses sitting on the same lot?
Y'all see that? That's confusion. Okay? It's going to take a second. So, basically, why would they serve a search warrant knowing that those houses are registered, 2 on 1 lot are his, but only one of them gets served? Huh. Why would you do that? Interesting. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, but most of it hasn't.
If they could get him, I don't think he's going to need to go get out of the country. I wouldn't say that. I would say no. They aren't after him.
They're not after
Not
him.
what they wanted, which from what I read on the laptops, the downloaded laptops, the downloads of the laptops, they wanted to get from him incriminating evidence against certain other people. And it wasn't Donald Trump. It was Bad Boy and Rockefeller weekend in the Hamptons.
We're going to get into some stuff that Gene Deal said. We might not, but actually we are. Real quick. So you heard them say that they were trying to, he just said, they were trying to get some incriminating information off of him from other people, and it wasn't Donald J. Trump. Well, who else was at the parties then? Again, he probably said, nah, I don't have it, can't give it to you. They said, okay, we heard you've been making these moves, telling us you want to do political parties. No problem. They shut him down. They shut him down. So, they shut him down. Now, the thing is, over here, we're going to get into Gene Deal because this right now, what we're going to get into is basically, there are videos being created. There are videos circulating, pictures circulating that some are real and some are fake. All right. Some are real, some are fake. Okay. I'm going to play you a video real quick. I want you to tell me if it's real or fake. I think this is it. Nah, that ain't it. That's not it. That's not it. We know that that one's real. We know that that's real. It's just conveniently recirculating. So no, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Where is So, look, truth be told, we getting pressed for time. But we're going to get into real or fake tonight. All right? Because I got to go. I'm sorry. Got to go. All right? I got to go to work. It's messed up. Got to do it. Now, we're going to finish up this episode tonight and dive into real or fake photos. We're going to dive into why the DOJ, the DOJ may be the people involved, right? Because you see, Homeland Security is the ones that serve and all of that, but who controls that, right? Who controls Homeland Security? So we're going to get into why they may be the ones on the scene versus the FBI. We ain't see them big blue, we ain't see them big 3 letters out there serving and searching. We seen HSI. All right. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate that. Don't forget to check us out. Feel free to leave them comments, ask questions so we can get back to you. You know, we love to talk. That's what we're here doing, talking. Keep up. In the meantime, be safe out there. For anybody that was down there in all the messy zones that's going on with the weather problems, prayers go out to you and the families. Take care.